guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a subscriber requested video using my Lenormand cards. So a while back I did a whole series. It was like how to Lenormand. It was just like basics, Lenormand basics, and there were a few people that have been watching my little playlist there, and they had another question. They were like, how do you try to understand like what career would be the best fit for you using Lenormand cards, like, or could that be, or could you use them as like a jumping off point into possible career choices? And I like that much better because I don't believe that anything is definitive. It could definitely say that, based on your personality and your likes, I guess it would be kind of like a computer generated answer of like, okay, these, particular fields might interest you, but of course, you always go off and do whatever it is that you want to do. And my students, if you guys don't know, I teach freshmen and seniors, at the high school level. And my seniors, they have this program that they do when they're freshmen, and then they do it again when they're seniors. And they basically put in their likes and dislikes and their age and all of that. And it spits out like basically hundreds and hundreds of jobs that they might be interested in. It tells them like the amount of schooling they would need, what the average income is post-schooling, if they were in the job for like 5 years or 10 years, what would the income be then? Because obviously starting level income is not like it is when you're like 10 years in a job. And if any extra training would be required, so it's pretty cool. But I think using cards would be somewhat similar. Obviously maybe not as detailed, but kind of similar in that. And I thought that this would be a fun question. So this is just going to be really quick. And I'm just going to flip my deck over here. And basically, if you have the basics of Lenormand meanings, then it would be pretty easy, I think, to start brainstorming then, different occupations as it pertains to the meaning. So let's say mice, for instance. We know that mice, the general meaning, I mean, you could say a bunch of other stuff, but generally it's about something being taken away, right? Some kind of like almost like sneakiness, maybe not like the snake card, but things are just slowly being taken away. So it could either be very literal, like you are an exterminator. You could be an exterminator where you're getting rid of pests and rodents, or it could be something where you're involved in taking something away. So maybe you could be working for the recycle plant. You could be working in, the trash industry. You're taking stuff away. Maybe you're taking people's problems away. You're in psychiatry, something like that. Maybe not taking away their problems, but helping people to take away their own problems. Maybe you want to work in the pharmaceutical field where you're helping to alleviate certain things. So, it's really, I think it would be fun to just brainstorm. So let's go to another card here. Okay, so we have the Paths card. So the Paths is all about making choices. And earlier I was talking about, my students working with a program that kind of helps them make some of those choices, or at least brainstorm. So maybe you want to be a high school counselor. Maybe you want to be the person that makes programs like that helps people with choices. People make dating apps too. That's about choices, so you can get as creative and fun, have as much fun as you want with this, so I think that this would be great, if you're doing a little reading for yourself and you're like, which occupation would be the best fit for me, and the next card that pops up is the Mountain card. Now you can take out your journal and you can just start brainstorming everything that you might think would be connected with that. And if you've run out of ideas, that's when you get to go to your friend Google and start Googling in maybe the keywords that you wrote down in your journal. So maybe literally you're a person that's like, I don't know, maybe you work up in the mountains because you're, a forest ranger, park ranger, or something like that. Maybe you're a Sherpa, you help somebody make their way up the mountain. But maybe also you help people overcome difficulties. Again, that would be in the range of like a counselor, a crisis counselor. There are all those people that, work over the phone, suicide hotlines, things like that. Those were all really needed jobs, so, and there's, like I said, there's thousands, like probably hundreds of thousands of different jobs out there. And my students, when I say name some jobs, they can come up with like 5 because they think that 5 jobs literally exist in the whole world. I'm like, no, there's like thousands of jobs. So, brainstorm some of those keywords and then plug them into Google. You could go job search, comma, hiking, job search, comma, crisis, job search, comma, something like that. So yeah, this is just, my interpretation. There might be other Lenormand readers out there that are like, oh no, you can, do this and this if you want to help figure out a career. But this was just, my take on it, just briefly. I'm just saying, go through each of these cards and really start going through them. What are the keywords that pop up when you look at the heart? Does cardiology pop up with that? Does marriage counselor pop up with that? Does divorce counselor pop up with that? Or anything dealing with the heart, either your literal heart that's beating in your chest. There's a lot of jobs that connect with that. It could be in the realm of love, maybe a relationships counselor or something like that. But there's a lot of stuff out there. Again, just put the keywords. For funsies, I want to do, a reading I would do for myself. So I'm going to try to find the female card in here. I mean, obviously I already have my career. I don't think my career is set in stone though. I'm willing to change it up down the line. And okay, so I want to take out the man card, and let's also take out the child card. Or you know what? We could leave it in there because, if I leave in the child card, that could be like working with children, child development. You know what? Like we could leave in the man too, actually, now that I think about it, because if we do, it could be working with men, somehow, there are a lot of things that, I was just thinking of my dad. There are certain medications and things that he needs to take specifically for men, and stuff that he does specifically for men. And he currently has prostate cancer. So he does go to a support group with, other men. And, it's definitely something that's very specific for his gender. So anyway, let's do a little shuffle here. And if I'm asking what job would be the best fit for me, I could either pull 1 card, or I can put 2 or 3 cards. I probably wouldn't do any more than 3 cards. And I would pull keywords from those cards. So let's do, for example, I'll do 1 card first. What would be the best job for me? A best possible career path for me? What would be the best possible career path for me? Okay, we get the fishies. So first thing that came to mind was a school of fish. Well, I do work in a school. Like I told you guys, I'm a high school teacher. But other keywords I could put down is literally working with fish. Like I could work at a dock. I could work as a fisherman. I could work on the seas somewhere. I could work in, I don't know, like one of the seafood markets or something like that. But remember that fish is also dealing with commerce. So remember that keyword too. So you could take it literally, but then also take the Lenormand meaning. So fish is also dealing like with money and commerce. So I could also put down, thoughts and ideas of like, oh, maybe I want to go into banking, or maybe I want to become an accountant, or, all of these different things. So definitely like brainstorm everything and write them all down. And then see which ones feel best to you, and then put those into Google so that you can find maybe some possible avenues of looking into for a job. Okay, so let's say I want to pull 3 cards. Okay, so I've already pulled 1 card here and say, what is the best possible job for me? What is the best possible career path? I say possible because remember, I want to be able to have choices, right? So what's the best, maybe some career choices for me? So there's the ring. And then we have birds. Okay, I'm going to slide this over so you guys can actually see. Excuse me, little rock. There we go. Okay, so ring literally could be a jeweler. Non-literally, something dealing with, I could be working with contracts, something like that. With birds, literally could be working with birds. And there's a lot of different job application or job careers out there basically that deal with birds, not just like zookeeper, but but then also thinking about birds being communication. So some sort of job where communication is really key, communicating with people, groups of people. So if I put these keywords together for the job that I have now, we have school of fish, so like school, contracts. I definitely have a very, very serious contract with the school. It's not something where you're like, oh, I think I'm just going to be a teacher and just like pop in someday. No, like you need to go get your teacher credential. You got to do your student teaching. So it's a big commitment. Okay, so I'm committed to this job. And communication is key because if I fail to communicate correctly, my students will fail to learn the material or even be able to formulate a question to ask me if they are too confused. So I hope that this was helpful. If you're wanting to use cards to maybe make a list of possible career paths, it's all just about keywords. Just writing them all down and then doing a Google search. So I would probably pick no more than 3 cards to get a view of maybe possible paths, multiple paths, because I don't think there's just like one job for one person. Just like I don't think all that stuff. But I think that we, our personalities, our talents, our skills can be suited for a multitude of careers. There's a lot of jobs out there, and there's a lot of unknown jobs. Usually when people think of jobs, they're like doctor, lawyer, teacher, and then that's all they can think of: firefighter, policeman. But there's a lot more than that. So let this be your friend with Google. Write down the keywords. Pick the ones that you think best resonate with you, connect with you, circle them, highlight them, whatever, and then put those keywords into career path or jobs, comma, so using those types of keywords. So anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful. I hadn't even thought about, that I hadn't made a video on this before, but I mean, that's something that I've kind of done for myself, but I really haven't done it for other people, but I'm happy to share it with you guys. So if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding, ding, ding notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, maybe a Lenormand reading, which I do have those. I have a plethora of readings, by the way, on my website. Head to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. I also have my room body sprays. I have my salves. I have my bracelets that I make. I have my travel witch altar pendants. I have my ancestral altar pendants. I have my rainbow bridge pendants for our furry, feathery, and scaly loved ones. I also have my Wally's World Oracle, a healing journey through sacred sites, which was community funded and community created. So that's my little Wallito up there. And most all the cards in here are not just from me, but they're from people from all over the world. So it's definitely Wally's World. So anyway, I hope you guys dug this. If you want to send a little love my way, think about joining the KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot. It definitely helps out the channel, even for as little as $1 a month, so that I can make fun videos for you guys, educational videos, and sometimes just weird little videos. And wanting to do like giveaways and meetups and all that good stuff. So I will catch you spiritual homies later, all right? Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.